Welcome to the D&D podcast. We're just going to have a trading chat today, general trading chat, but lots of questions. We did questions and answers last time, but we've had loads more questions about how we trade and the wizard and lots of different things, so we're just going to cover.
Yeah, so I mean, we obviously had the trip to Dubai recently. How you been feeling after that?
Oh, for the first couple of days when I came back, oh my God, it was hard work, wasn't it? We got a lot in the time we had.
Yeah.
You went on slightly before. I stayed slightly later.
They wouldn't let you in the country.
They wouldn't let me in.
I wouldn't let you in either.
And just because of my old style passport, but never mind. We'll renew that before we go again in November.
Yeah, I mean, they were really enthusiastic about trading out there, though.
Oh, really? We met some great people, let's face it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fantastic trip.
Yeah.
And I've never swum in water that warm before.
That was insane.
That was insane.
I think, was it the Jumeirah Beach Hotel?
Jumeirah Beach Hotel.
That was awesome.
Well, when you went home, I took a cheeky Sunday off.
Oh, no.
And I went swimming.
That's why you came late, to stay out longer and do...
Yeah, exactly that. Fantastic there. Yeah. Absolutely fantastic. They couldn't look after you well enough. I bought the day pass.
Yeah.
I didn't put it on the company, it's fine.
Lies.
No, I didn't. Yeah. But... and it worked out about 20 quid for the day, but you got free drinks as well, and 30% off lunch.
Yeah, it was really good.
So yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
And but beach towel, lounger, sunburn.
Yeah. Well, what was your favourite part of the trip?
Probably putting you on a plane, to be fair.
Oh, shut up.
No, it was probably that and going out and meeting some great people, great traders in the evenings. We went to some brokers.
Yeah.
They couldn't help us out enough, could they?
No.
The amount of knowledge they have as well.
Yeah.
Was surprising, really.
Yeah, definitely. The restaurants and stuff were really nice, and it seemed like a good place to kind of do business, and I suppose the attitude that they have towards trading is very much emerging. I think in the UK, obviously trading's been such a widespread industry for so long, and there's a lot of organisations, whereas there it's like on the cusp of becoming way more professional than it has been.
I think so. They want to be the capital, especially the crypto capital of the world, don't they?
Yeah.
And you can see it because they really gear themselves up to help everyone else.
Yeah, definitely. I think when I was there, I think one of like a big, like lots of questions what people were asking were about our trading strategies. Obviously, we always get the questions overall. But I think, like someone was asking me about you and you weren't there at the time. So that it was kind of like...
here we go. I'll learn about this later.
No, it was kind of like, well, from your perspective, like what are the best things to do when you're thinking about designing a strategy? What are the things that you take into account?
For me, I just wanted to keep it as simple as possible. My strategy, the wizard, took years to perfect now. Yeah. And then the amount of back testing and sheer just day in, day out working on it. Mm-hmm. It took a long time. Yeah. But it's worth his weight in gold, right? Yeah,
but then let's say somebody, like doesn't have the luxury of that, or like even maybe the knowledge, what would you give? Yeah, what would you say that they need to look out for?
Something simple.
Yeah.
Don't use indicators or too many indicators that tell you what's already happened.
Yeah.
Look for your signals, stick to one thing, and keep consistent.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think, when we were going through the wizard stuff and developing some of the other strategies, it was always like, having the right balance of the risk to rewards versus having the balance of the win rates. And then obviously we've got so many traders who have a different psychological makeup. So trying to find the ones that, will suit the individual personalities as well. Like I think like we've had traders obviously that turn up and think that they're swing traders but end up being day traders and vice versa.
Of course.
But like that process of discovery of working out which ones they should be doing.
I think everyone comes into it, not everyone, I think a lot of people come into it and they want quick cash. Mm-hmm. So they want to be day traders.
Yeah.
Where really they should be swing traders.
Yeah.
Because the emotions get in the way. And it takes people a long time to get over the emotional barriers that we don't know we've actually got when we start.
Yeah.
That is a big lesson. That's a huge lesson to learn. I don't think you can do it in. It doesn't take months, it takes years.
Yeah. I think the humans, though, are quite wired for a quick feedback loop. You know, like they want instant gratification all the time.
I don't find with my traders,
Yeah.
I don't find that when they lose, they're bothered because they get used to losing quite quickly.
Yeah.
Psychologically, when they're winning, they struggle.
Yeah, but then that's a different subject, though, isn't it? Like being a good loser versus trying to gain instant gratification from trading.
It is, but when you're new into trading, what I do find is if you haven't got a strategy and you haven't got something built up around that strategy, you might risk 1% to make, think you're making 2%.
Yeah.
But you suddenly see our candles are blue and yellow. So you suddenly see the candle go blue and you're going up and up and up.
Yeah.
You're making a little bit of money. They're taking it too early.
Cut it.
Cut it straight away because their fear of winning is harder than the fear of losing because they're used to
losing. If they're in a winning position, they think it's going to go.
Yeah. But there's always if you need the strategy, you need to be able to stick to the strategy. No matter what the strategy is, you can make 1,000 strategies, right?
Yeah.
There's a million of them on YouTube. Just go and pick one and see if it works.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do it properly with some risk management. Get a lot of help psychologically.
Yeah, so because your risk management is very different to mine, right? So me, I will go in, trade 2 to 1 every single day.
Yep.
Have a very, very balanced win rate at all times, and I'm quite comfortable with that. But that's what I mean about the personality side. Like you want to take more, like 3 trades a day or whatever, 4 trades a day. I don't know. You tell me how many. Yeah.
Let's stick with 3 or 4. No, I do trade when I'm having a good day and the market's going my way. I'll trade and trade and trade.
Yeah,
I won't stop placing trades.
Yeah.
If I'm having an okay day, 3, 4, 5 trades maybe.
Yeah.
I'm going for 2 to 1 before I do something, but I'm also always in the back of my head now thinking where am I going to add? Where is the position where I add? And where do I cut? I do trail my stops closely on the first couple of trades.
Yeah.
But when I'm in winning positions and I'm up 2 or 3, 4% on my winning positions, happy to risk some of that to build.
Yeah. How often then does it like if it went back to 2 to 1, would you then cut it at that stage and walk away? Or how often? Like what are your thoughts there?
Depends on the trade.
Okay.
Depends on the trading day.
Yeah.
It depends how much work you've got me doing in the day.
Yeah. Fair enough.
If I've got
which is nothing because you do nothing.
Well,
anyway.
of course. If I've got lots of sessions on, I'll probably cut it.
Yeah.
If I've got time to watch it closely, I probably will watch it for a little while and see how it behaves.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time it'll come down and it'll be a support level or something and it'll just go.
Yeah.
But I think I'm disciplined enough now to know when I want to cut a trade and when I don't.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's a lesson in itself, right?
Yeah, of course. Like yesterday with the DAX, right? Like it just flew. And I know like being in and out at the beginning, but if, for example, the first trades have lost, or something like that, but then you see
my first trade was 7.23 yesterday morning.
Correct.
It lost.
Yeah.
Second trade was 8.21.
Yeah.
It won. I took it all at 2 to 1.
Yeah.
And it went on.
It carried on. Yeah.
To 7 or 8 to 1.
Yeah, it was a trade.
That's fine for me because I like several students to look after yesterday morning.
Yeah.
So it is a balance.
That's what I was saying. There's a distinction sometimes between.
Of course. And let's face it, we're very low volume. First week of August, very low volume, and take what you can get.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the thing. I think, like we said about when you're choosing a strategy and what to look at with a strategy, I think the psychological profile is huge. Like, I'm way more cut and dry. I've got black and white.
Yeah,
like in
but you use the wizard now as well, don't you?
Yeah, of course.
So when I was designing the wizard, there was lots of heartache, lots of pain in the first place. We got it right. I only trade the wizard. It is simple. It's spread over at least 3 time frames.
Yeah.
I generally use 4, but we teach 3. I've got a good win rate on it.
Yeah, but then having said that, because obviously the point of the question or the original question was like, what would somebody look out for when they're making their strategy? You know, what like, because you made the wizard, I made some of the other ones.
Yeah,
So.
well, for me, you need to be, if you've got this strategy's got a 30 or 40% win rate, you need to be going for over 2 to 1 really to make money. If your strategy's got 50%, you can go for 2 to 1 in and out, but you've got to get your risk management right to know that the strategy works. You've got to be able to stick to your rules with the risk management to know the strategy works.
I'll tell you something. With the opening breakout strategy, like the consecutive winners and losers in a row were a lot higher than with the wizard. The wizard's more consistent. So even with the other traders that I have that I look after, who I coach to trade with that. We very rarely go past like 5 trades in a row. It's very, very rare. So we're always finding that like that balance of consecutive winners and consecutive losers is very even. But with the breakout ones, we would go like if the market wasn't behaving itself very well, like it could easily go 8 losers in a row or 8 winners in a row. You know what I mean? So that's that's a very interesting part about that strategy. So if we talk a little bit more about, the wizard strategy itself, if somebody was brand new kind of watching this, how would you describe it?
So the wizard is just the colours of the candlesticks. So we've got yellow for short, we've got blue for long, and we've got grey for sideways. It's programmed over 3 time frames. So basically what we do is match the time frames up. We do support and resistance. We do structure, market structure, but I want to see market structure. I'm a day trader, so I generally look at day, hour, 5 minutes. I will enter on the 1 personally. Don't tell anyone to do that. But as soon as I get that blue candlestick on the 5, I should be entered that trade.
Yeah. So
as long as I've got structure, sorry.
So it takes the other time frames into account anyway. So why do you look at the other time frames anyway?
You don't have to. But I think it's something that's in me that I've always. I need a little bit more information. I need to see it for myself. And I do look for structure on the other time frames because it doesn't really take. It can take 0.0 of a pip and count that as structure, whereas I wouldn't generally count that as structure.
Got what you mean.
So I do like to see what's going on. And I stick to the rules. Yeah,
so to my knowledge, from a lot of other trading strategies out there, obviously, like, been in the game for 19 years now, like, I don't think I'd seen many people program something, especially out to the retail market, where it would have coding for 3 separate time frames for the entry for the lower time frame. I don't think I've seen it. So what made how difficult was that to organize? Like,
I because we've been mentoring for a long time now. We had the same questions all the time. But what if? Well, we've just taken that out of it because the entry signal will give you a blue bar or a yellow bar where to enter that trade. It's like training wheels on a bike. It just teaches you to look for that signal. Now, you can use it for the rest of your life if you want. But generally, I don't. I don't broadcast it. But when someone's new, they know when they should and shouldn't be trading.
Yeah, when like with the kind of technology advances that we're seeing now as well, loads of people ask us, why don't we just automate it? And all this kind of thing. What's your take on that?
I don't like leaving everything to a computer. We might do it so it gives us some sort of an alert. But again, it depends on your time frame, because if you're on a 1 minute time frame and you want an alert on that, you're going to get alert after alert after alert.
It's going to be
It's just going to be mad. Same really on a 5 minute. And what it'll do is it'll show you those alerts, but on the markets you program in. Now, if you're a new trader, you want to look at every bloody market, right? You might have 20 markets on the screen and flick through them and miss all the trades because you're flicking through. When you become more professional, you're probably only looking at 2 or 3 markets a day sometimes.
I have a big thing about that with remorse as well, because like, let's say, for example, you get like 15 triggers at once. So like, let's say it's a big move, a big risk on move, and everything's moving up, right? All of your stocks are then going to give you a signal. But you're going to have to pick one out of those 15, or let's say 10, and then you might not choose the one that wins out of the other ones. And then as well, there's that accountability of leaving that to a system rather than you being accountable for choosing the particular trade. I find that to be an issue with a lot of people. But I've got I don't know whether you know this, this, but Zahir, so shout out to Zahir. He's created with the wizard. He's created like a traffic light system. I don't know. Have you seen it?
No.
All right, I'll show you a picture of it later. So like basically, when the wizard is setting up on each time frame, if it is, he will have greens for each time frame.
Okay.
And if it's short,
well, it should be blues, but
yeah, exactly. He'll have
come on.
He'll have shorts for each time frame if it's on the other end. So it's like a filter. Now, again, it gives us the same issue, but then obviously, I think you can just program however many assets you want in it. So you could just choose the majors or something like that. But
you could do that.
You know, I think.
Where do you stop?
Exactly, as well.
I mean, you can bring AI into it. You can bring everything in. Yes, I'd like some sort of system on TradingView to be able to highlight the markets as they're bringing the entry signal up.
Yeah.
On the higher time frames, because I don't believe for a second you'd be able to cover them all on a 5 minute or 1 minute chart.
Yeah.
15 minute will probably be difficult, but if you're a swing trader, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, because it works on the daily chart alone. Yeah,
of course it does.
Yeah,
when I'm swing trading, I'm only using the daily chart.
Yeah,
I'm just looking for higher highs, higher lows.
Yeah,
entry on the next.
Yeah, we did a case study on the video, and like just recently, this run up it's had like six trades in a row, and Apple's breaking out now.
If you have a look at Nvidia over the last 6 months, I think it's got about 65-66% win rate.
Yeah, exactly. I think even during the choppy time of Trump, that obviously was going to bring it down, the tariff tantrum. But yeah, it did pick up more recently in this current bull market. So and then in terms of AI and optimization of trades and stuff like that, I think like it's so easy for people to continue to optimize and to continue to add and to continue to.
It's where they skew the information.
Correct. Yeah.
So you add something or take something away, you're skewing all the information.
Yeah.
And you're curve fitting it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not great. I mean, I can go and do it, program a robot today, and lots of other companies do it.
Yeah.
They'll program a robot, say, right, I've had £1 million.
Yeah, and sell it. Yeah.
Since 2014, I've made £1 million on this on I don't know, cable.
Yeah.
In hindsight, it's great.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have taken all those trades.
Yeah.
You could never have taken those trades because your account is never going to be that big in the first place.
Yeah.
And that's a problem for people as well.
Of course. And then did you have that problem when you were designing the wizard in the first place?
I always tried to design it off a starting point of £2,000.
Yeah.
Because lots of people have got £2,000.
Yeah.
Not so many people have got £100,000 to go and put in a trading account.
Yeah.
So I always wanted to build, and we did a challenge where we built £2,000 to £10,000.
Yeah.
We work on percentage now.
Yeah.
Because you can be a fantastic trader with a £2,000 account and make, I don't know, £100 in a day.
Yeah.
But you can go and be a really below average trader with a £100,000 account.
Yeah.
And make £200 a day.
Yeah.
So we always work on percentage. We have to.
Yeah.
Because everyone's got different size accounts.
Yeah.
We can help out with account size when they're great traders.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, with a strategy, going back to the strategy, you need to know it inside out. You need to pick something that works for you and just stick to your rules and if you work on percentage, you're not going to have to worry about what size your account is for now. Yeah. It's just a means to an end. We all started off on a £2,000 account, right? Or a £5,000 account maximum. Tell all the students now, £2,000. Just put £2,000 in and play. Yeah. This is your learning period.
Yeah, agreed. So when I get the new guys that come in for the wizard, I always I start everyone on a back test and then a forward test and stuff like that anyway. But
on demo,
yeah, exactly. And then when they get through to the trading small numbers, I will always say look, when you're in these grey areas of the consolidation periods and stuff like that, like when you're lining up the time frames looking for the breakout, it's so easy to keep the color matching going. So it's like with all trading, it's as simple as you make it, but the wizard does make that part very, very, very simple for anybody that's new.
Well, the other thing I will do with the wizard is because if I'm in a trade and it's low volume like this week, I'll take the trade regardless, and I'll watch how it's actually performing.
Yeah.
And if it turns black or yellow, I'm talking about longs. I only talk about longs really because it's easier for people to understand. But if it's going up and up and up, I will pull the trade, maybe not 2 to 1, it might be 5 to 1, it might be 0.7 to 1.
Yeah.
But when that candlestick closes below the low of the open of the last candlestick,
Yes.
because it just makes sense to me,
Yeah.
because that means it's probably going into choppy area, and I can always go in again.
Yeah. Yeah.
On low volume, save your accounts.
Yeah, and it's at the end of the day, that makes it very simple to follow, and it makes it very easy to follow. So yeah, I think it's perfect for a new trader, and so easy for them to use. So I think then, like you said, it's the training wheels, adding the other stuff in.
I think the more simple we make it, the easier it is for people to learn and get it quickly.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have that, right? We had all the indicators in the world.
Yeah.
And we had to decipher them. We didn't know where we were in the market at the time.
Yeah.
But now it's different. I haven't got an indicator on my screen.
No.
I've got candlesticks. They're either blue, yellow, or grey, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. So on that subject then of having the small accounts and all of that kind of stuff, I hear somebody's trying to rope you into a challenge of a $500 or a £500 account to turn it to $2,000 or something like that. What's all this about?
Felicia has asked me to turn a 500 quid account, just build on it over a year.
Okay.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, a 500 quid account's not going to turn me on. So
yeah,
I want 10 grand of company money, and I'll certainly do that. No, I'll do it on 2,000 again.
Yeah,
we've done it once.
Yeah,
we'll do it again. And listen, if you can turn £2,000 into £10,000, it's actually easier to turn 10,000 into 100,000.
Yeah, definitely.
Much easier because you've got more leverage.
So then, like, obviously, for the average person following it, what kind of limitations or restrictions do you give yourself at the beginning? But then also when you get into kind of casino money profit territory, does anything change?
Yes. So last time we did the challenge, I didn't quite hit 10 grand. I think I gave up on about 9,500 because it was there or thereabouts, right? And we got busy.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, I stick to my 1%. I build on that. And say I turn, 2,000 into 3,000, I might go for 2% trades.
Yeah.
Because my strategy works.
Yeah.
I know my strategy works, so why wouldn't I?
Okay.
But I'm using half the bank's money and half my money.
Got you.
At that stage. In my mind anyway.
Yeah, so is it always starting on 1%?
I start on 1%, I think, on everything, until I'm in the money. Now, if I get 3 or 4% in a day, I'll trade some of that back in.
Yeah.
Just a slightly bigger position size.
Yeah.
But that's a day trader, right?
Yeah. I get a lot of traders that come to me in the coaching, and because I think it's a rite of passage to build accounts, right? So so when I get traders that come in that are trading £50 a trade, £100 a trade, and they're like start by making 500 quid a month or 400 quid a month, something like that. They always say that, like, for this much work or for this much psychological control, like, it feels like nothing to them, right?
But if that 400 quid or 300 quid is on a 2 or 3 grand account, and suddenly they build that and build that and build that, that's not a bad trade. That's not a bad trader.
Yeah.
If that 200 or 300 quid was on a 10 grand account or 20 grand account, that's a lesser trader. Yeah,
because I go through that process every time I start a new strategy. Yeah, personally, even being this far in. So like during when I changed over from doing the opening break.
Well, you didn't believe me for 2 years, right?
I didn't. It wasn't that I didn't believe you.
You didn't believe me.
I had something that was working, so I didn't have to do it. But yeah, when I changed over after the volatility squeeze, I also haven't been bothered to check if the other one's gone back. By the way, the opening breakout, I've never actually checked. I don't have to, but I've never checked. So I'll talk to a few of the traders about that. But so this time round, because I knew I was starting again, I started it back at like $100 a trade or something like that to see if it was going to work. And then
just forward test, right?
Yeah, as time increased and the profits increased, I did the same thing. But my margin, my total risk per trade is 1,000 a trade.
So you're doing 0.1%, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. But so when I was designing the strategy and doing it live for the first time, I did exactly the same, right?
Yeah.
But now, because I think I backtested it something like 7,000 times.
Yeah.
I think I've told people before that.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done 2.5 years of just that strategy.
Yeah.
Probably averaging 5 trades, 6 trades, no, 5 trades a day, 20 trading days in a month.
Yeah.
2.5 years.
Yeah, because if we work the maths out for this, right? If you're, let's say, even if you're taking one trade a day and you're starting with 500, if it's 5 quid a trade for 10, yeah, at the end of the month, you're like 50 quid is the potential, on a 50% win rate with 100 quid reward. So then you're starting the next month potentially with 600 or whatever, or 550.
Yeah,
and
but
then
the beauty of us using TradingView with our strategy is it compounds at each trade.
it does, yeah.
That for me, that's
an interesting
takes
point.
everything out. That takes all the working out of it for me. I trade if I'm trading at 1%, I'm trading 1%. Works it all out.
So you do it differently. So I have increments in which I do it monthly. So wherever the balance is at the end of the month or 3 months.
You go direct to market in the afternoon.
Correct.
I'm more spread betting.
Yeah. That's interesting. All right. And then we got loads of questions, obviously, about the brokers and all this kind of stuff. So you mentioned it with the spread betting stuff. The UK currently announcing changes to gambling laws and stuff like that as well.
Apparently so, yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently gambling's going to be taxed.
I mean, we made that move to Dubai like at the perfect time. That was unplanned as well. We didn't know what was going on there. Obviously, we've had meetings with many brokers, Tickmill, Capital.com, like a lot of the guys. So the leveraging that we've kind of get in Dubai versus the leveraging that we get in the UK and the other territories, if you want to explain that.
So the leverage we get in Dubai is either 200 or 300 to 1.
Yep.
I think on Pepperstone this morning, I think it was about 30 to 1. Pepperstone wasn't actually working this morning.
Oh wow!
There was a crash on it, but.
Yeah,
it's normally
reliable.
It's
generally
reliable. Yeah. There was just a glitch for about 10 minutes this morning for some reason. We couldn't place trades.
Okay.
But leverage is about 30 to 1 in the UK generally.
Yeah.
So we're getting much better leverage, and the spreads aren't as big.
Yeah, I think to anyone to offer that 300 to 1, and I think there's some where it's 200 and 100 to 1. So even if it's that high. I think the fact that there's kind of like negative balance protection on it,
that's massive, isn't it? That's you couldn't trade it without that.
Yeah. Obviously, there's a few nuances with this. So, like UK residents, have to go through the UK territories.
Yes, and I believe we're going to get a wrong 50 to 1 leverage with them, but it's not confirmed yet.
No.
So, shout out.
Yeah.
We'll have a meeting with them soon.
Yeah, of course.
And get it confirmed. I've had my capital.com now for about a month.
Okay.
And I've been really digging in to see some brokers. I mean, Felicia showed me 2 charts this morning that were different. Same market, different brokers.
Yeah, of course.
Different patterns.
Yeah.
Not far off, but enough. I've had a look at 3 brokers altogether.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had, because we've got direct market access.
Yeah.
Is the real price.
That's what I mean. Like it's
a spread, but
I think who you're going to for what product is really important. So like we use for futures and options, we use Tickmill.
Yep.
And then we've got our own prop fund for the US stock equities for the trading via the New York Stock Exchange. But I think if you are planning on spread betting or trading CFDs, obviously choose wisely, right?
Choose wisely.
Yeah. And then if you are going to like Tickmill, for example, for futures and options, it's going into the market. So it's the market that's giving you the price, right? It's a very different kettle of fish.
It is very different.
Yeah. So we've just got I think that offering, I was I was astounded by it. Your jaw didn't.
I didn't have a poker face that day.
You didn't. It didn't pick up. You were like, get me an account now.
Yeah. Yeah. And at the time, I didn't have my residency either, did I?
No, you didn't.
So yeah, the first thing I did when I came back was opened up my capital.com account.
Yeah.
And everything they told us was correct.
Yeah.
And I don't even need a professional account to do it.
No, of course. So then, obviously now, we always roll these things out to our community and stuff and all of that. Now, the other question I got asked when I was out in Dubai was a little bit about our community, because obviously expanding it and moving out to other territories and other countries now. What to you? What makes our community our traders?
They're all like-minded people.
Yeah.
They've all got a common interest.
Yeah.
No one's right and no one's wrong.
Yeah.
There's no judgment. They're all held accountable because they all post their trades in our chat room.
Mm-hmm.
If they're wrong, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
They have called me out so many times for going in early.
I called you out yesterday. Yeah.
I know I do that. I'm quite happy to do that. I won't teach how to do that. I know lots of them do.
Yeah.
But I know my risk.
Yeah.
But I'm happy they call me out.
Yeah.
I'm happy they'll call other people out because I might miss something.
Yeah.
Because the chat room's so busy a lot of mornings. I'm trying to trade. I'm trying to chat.
Yeah,
I'm trying to look at what they're doing.
Yeah.
For an hour and a half in the morning, that chat room's busy.
Yeah.
Same in the afternoon, right?
Yeah,
you can't look at everything when you're trying to place a trade.
Yeah, no, I often tell them, I'll say, hang on, give me a few minutes, guys. I'm in this trade. I'm just managing what's going on.
But someone else in the room,
picks up.
They'll pick up pick up and say, oh, blah, blah, blah. That's not quite right. Or excellent trade.
Yeah, exactly.
And it just gives people the confidence quicker to move on.
Yeah, I was speaking to Ben B yesterday, from Morocco, and he was saying, he wished he found this earlier and the community. Because when I was on holiday, he took a session with you and I think a session with Felicia and stuff as well.
His trading got much better.
Shut up. he was, he was saying that he didn't think a community like this existed.
No.
He was like, okay, the coaches are accessible, in the sense that because a few of our guys have tried other places and stuff in the past, that they kind of hide behind a wall, with their trades, but also just they're saying they're successful, but nobody can actually see it, right?
If I'm trading on a screen, I'm placing a trade on the screen and everyone can see. Same with you.
Yeah.
That's the only way I think people learn.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go back over and see what's happened this morning.
Yeah.
And say, oh, I took this trade, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Half the time it is utter crap.
Yeah.
Show them in real time. Show results in real time. You can't.
Yeah, and then obviously when the traders put in effort, obviously everybody puts in effort back, and you can kind of see that. So if somebody's doing well, they'll talk about it with all the other traders. If somebody's doing badly, they'll talk about it with the other traders, and it's that kind of camaraderie, because we all know if we're trading for the next 5, 10, 15 years, whatever it's going to be, we're all going to go through really good times and we're all going to go through really bad times during that period. And learning from traders when they're going through good times and watching how traders bounce back when they're going through bad times is important.
But I think when you're going through a bad time, I think it's important to actually tell other traders that you're having a bit of a difficult time here.
Yeah, of course.
Because they'll pick you up as well.
Yeah.
If you're doing it by yourself in your office or your bedroom, for some people, that must be soul destroying.
Yeah, I mean, but there's studies that show that collaborative trading groups make more money than individual trading groups.
I truly believe that.
Because as well, when you have to innovate, you've got people to bounce ideas from.
But not only that, it's the accountability.
Yeah.
If you've got the accountability, it makes such a difference.
Yeah. Yeah. And then obviously moving on to the events and stuff that, that we get done. I think there's no way that we could have Stephen Goldstein come and talk, and we got Riz coming up and all this kind of stuff. You can't do that on your own.
No, there's no way you could do that.
Yeah, the economy of scale of creating these events, we say to people when they join. Obviously, we have a monthly membership fee, which we call the desk fee.
Yeah,
that is for them. It pays the chat room, the admin, the events, the meetups, all of this kind of stuff.
Actual desk fees.
Exactly. Yeah. The data fees, the platform fees, and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah. So people wouldn't be able to do that on their own. They wouldn't be able to get the same type of market access. They wouldn't be able to get, the networking events, the having the speakers that we can get in and all of that kind of stuff.
There's absolutely no way.
Yeah.
And they're all invited to everything.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got people flying in next week. You've got a coffee morning. I can't make it next week.
Yeah.
I've been told I'm not allowed to drink that much. No. I can't make it. I've got too much other work on.
Yeah.
But yeah, people flying in to see us for a coffee.
Yeah.
You don't get that.
No, but that's the thing. It's worthwhile doing those things as well, though.
It is worthwhile because if it just picks up one, or if they actually pick up one little bit of information, could change their trading for the better.
Yeah.
And it's just tweaks.
Yeah.
I'll show you how much he's made this month so far later on.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you guys, but he's doing really well. Really well. So so really happy.
Yeah.
Come a long way in the last 6 months.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what we're here for. We're here,
of course.
We're here to help that. I mean, there's times where some of the traders in the group make more money than me. I don't care.
Doesn't
You know what
matter.
I mean? Like, it's a good thing. Like, there are
course.
traders, you know, where we grow together, we grow together, we lose together, we lose together, you know?
Of course.
So it's one of those things. Yeah. So, and then obviously, you know, when we do get the speakers in and get the people in, the kind of buzz around that, or when we go to the shows and stuff as well, you know, I think an individual trading at home would never have the experience of seeing these people or meeting these people,
Nope.
talking to other successful traders, you know, asking them, like, because I think a lot of people, when they talk to me about the trading, how I deal with, they know I've been trading and been successful for a while, but then I still feel like every day is 50-50. And they say, well, okay, yeah, you've been winning for like a long time now, and you know, but every day I still see it as like, yeah, but I could, you know, it could stop working tomorrow.
But you come to you come to your computer with a level head and think to myself, well, I'm going to trade today, and yeah, I've got a 50-50 chance of this working out, right?
Yeah.
But it's 50-50 at 2-1.
Yeah.
So you're going to make money.
Correct.
So it doesn't matter what else you think.
Yeah.
If you're 50-50 at 2-1, you make money.
Correct.
So it is a new trade, because you only do one trade a day. It's a new trade every time.
Yeah, and then also I've had the experience of having to change strategies like many times throughout my career, or trading with companies that trade with different strategies.
But because we've been doing it a longer period of time,
Yeah.
intuition comes into it a little bit as well.
Yeah, you feel what's going to work and what's not going to work.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I suppose that's something that is learned within our community too. I think, you know, when people come in at the beginning and they see the style of trading or whatnot, they start to see what consistency is as well.
Yep.
So,
and people can come into the community with their own strategies.
yes.
I don't care what the strategy is. The strategy, I could go and write a dozen strategies today between us, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the strategy is, as long as they've got a winning strategy, they know what they're doing and they're sticking to their rules.
Yeah.
The community behind them is such a big buzz for them, because they're not sitting in their bedroom by themselves or in their study by themselves or doing 12 or 13 hours a day just trading.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I might do an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got my screen on all the time because I'm only teaching or doing something else.
Yeah.
And if I'm teaching, I will not trade. I will not place a trade if I'm teaching. It's not fair. But if we're going through trades, or I've got a break and I see a trade, I'll put a trade on then.
Yeah.
But that's not really trading. I probably, out of those 2 hours I'm sat at the screen, or an hour and a half I'm sat at the screen, I'm probably actually trading 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
Yeah, and that's achievable. I love, because I do it, so I know it's achievable. But it's the background work that gets you to that level, right?
It's the background work.
Yeah. So like, you know, people always say, like 1,000 chart hours or whatever, you know, I mean, that's an arbitrary number, but I always say to a lot of the traders, I actually get paid for my psychology. That's what I get paid. I don't get paid for my trading. You know,
you're pressing the bloody button.
Exactly. That's not what we get paid for. We get paid for how we conduct ourselves.
Yeah, because you've learned more about yourself since you started trading.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Than before in your life.
Yeah, definitely.
And I've heard this off many traders. They come to us and they learn more about themselves in the first 6 months than the rest of their lives.
Yeah, but you have to stick at that journey.
You have to stick at it.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable.
You have to. Also, when you're doing any strategy, you have to journal.
Yeah.
You have to hold yourself accountable.
Yeah.
You have to measure yourself. Without measurement, there's no control.
Yeah, and there's obviously different kinds of journals as well that, you know, people do. You know, statistics of just trades, but then also like when you're in a trade, how
do you feel?
Yeah,
yeah,
that's massive. It's absolutely massive.
Are you not very well that day?
Yeah,
because that makes a massive difference.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had a good night's sleep?
Yeah, I had an argument with your partner the day before.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's it makes a difference.
Of course.
If you've got something on your mind, don't trade.
Yeah.
I know you do mantras and stuff as well, don't you? And
so
you have 15 minutes before trading.
Yeah, so my I would say my half an hour before trading is quite important. So like making, like, genuinely, see, you say it's weird.
No,
but
it's not.
Making a coffee. Yeah. I do the pre-trading meditation thing, and it's not long. It's only 5 minutes. And then like when I'm leading into the session, like reading the news, going over all the markets, they're all things that prepare me for hitting 2:30 in the afternoon, right? If I don't do them, or I'm running late or something like that, or like let's say for example today we're going to trade together in the afternoon. I don't have all my screens and all the setups that I have at home, so I'm doing it all on one laptop.
Yeah.
And like if we're in a busy place, I'm not going to sit there and meditate for 5 minutes. It's quite hard, you know what I mean, to do things like that. So like then I can feel that there's a difference. But I'll write that in my journal. That's the point of it.
Yeah.
It's like I'm trading today without having done those things.
We're very different. I don't look at news. You
No.
know I don't look at news.
Of course.
I look at technical analysis.
Yeah.
But all I do is put my trading cap on.
Yeah.
And it's literally a trading cap.
Yeah.
I actually went to Felicia's earlier on and she's stolen one of my trading caps and I saw it. But yeah, it's,
did you not take it back?
No, she can have that one. She's doing well.
I've just got the image of like a Mission Impossible thing going on.
Maybe later after we've had a drink, but yeah, it'll be a good idea about 1 o'clock.
Stealing it back. Yeah.
But yeah, climbing up on a balcony.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the other thing about our community actually, is the fact that we are social, and a lot of other trading communities, like we don't mind having a coffee or having a beer or going out with our guys. Like I think that's important, because there was once you said to me a long time ago in a previous life that you learn more about the traders, the ones that we're coaching, and they learn more from us at the bar than they do sometimes in the sessions.
Because they'll ask the questions they think are really stupid.
Yes.
And they're really not.
So we get them drunk for them.
But they don't want to ask them because they think they're stupid.
Yeah.
In front of everyone.
True.
So they collar us at the bar, probably buy us a pint, which is a bonus.
Yeah.
And we answer them and crack on. And when they find out that it's not stupid, they'll suddenly start talking to other traders. And
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a big point. Like
the community is massive.
Yeah.
It's
huge.
It's so good for us and so good for them.
Yeah.
I don't know any other community like it.
Yeah, and you know, like going into some of the stuff that people see online now and all that kind of stuff. Like me and you had a meeting with an influencer, didn't we?
Yep.
So when we went through this, the influencer was asking us about our trading and stuff. It's quite interesting to see at what people can get away with, like people having thousands and thousands of followers, hundreds of thousands of followers actually in this particular case, but they're not having a clue. But I don't know how the layman or somebody who doesn't know about trading is supposed to work out, because you don't know what you don't know.
You can't, right? And you go to Google, Google something, and you see all these pictures of expensive cars and yachts.
Yeah.
And if you're a bit younger and a little bit more naive and don't really know about the business, it looks great, man.
Yeah.
But it's what you get out of it. We've had this discussion many times, right?
Yeah.
We could go and hire a Lambo or go cruising on a yacht.
Yeah.
I know you've been cruising on a yacht in the Cayman.
I have, yeah.
That was just to wind me up.
But I didn't take any pictures and put them on social media.
You sent them all to bloody me. But yeah, that's a different story. We'll argue about that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't. That's not who we're about.
Yeah.
Trading is hard to begin with. You will learn more about yourself.
Yeah.
But when you get it, you get it.
Yeah. Yeah, and then go like as well, if you're new, let's just say we've got some young traders, 18, 19, 20 who are really good. But if you're that age and you see somebody who's perceived to be successful online and you think that they're the person to go to because they've
got lots
created
of followers
that image,
and they've got,
you don't know what they're saying because you're coming into it fresh.
Exactly.
So I actually say to a lot of people that's part of the journey of like, a lot of people have to get scammed before they find somewhere like us later on down the line.
Mean, don't get me wrong, you can have really nice things, but you're not going to have them this time next week or even this time next year. And why are you going to go out and, even if 5 years down the line you earn really good money, why are you going to go out and buy a Lambo and not pay your mortgage off?
Yeah.
So it's a longer journey than it is being perceived as. That's what really bugs me.
Yeah, but we've seen some of those kind of type of companies like really crash and burn, and me and Riz have spoken about it a few times. Like,
of course,
it's demoralizing because some of them, they have a big following, they have a big lot of people, thinking what they're saying is correct and stuff, and it just doesn't work out for them, and then it's sad to see those traders fall off. But then there are some that kind of carry on, from the rubble and, end up breaking themselves out and doing really well. like when people say to me, "Oh, have you seen this person on YouTube or have you seen that person on Instagram?" And I'm like, no, I'm like, I don't even look at it anymore. And as well, if you are trading like the way that we're trading, or you're entering a fray where they're marketing machines. So I know this, like with the way that we talk about getting out there and what we're trying to do and what we're trying to build, it's different. If they're like paying 10 grand a month or 20 grand a month for their marketing or whatever they're trying to do. But for us, our motto is that, I always say this in the staff meetings, that trading comes first.
Yeah.
If we don't trade well, we've got nothing.
Exactly that.
So marketing, doing that with your marketing is, I find that strange, but I see why they do it. And obviously everybody's, I won't knock anybody in terms of like making a living or whatever that they're trying to do. But I think educating the consumer is key. I personally believe so.
I think you're right, and I hope people realize that how we teach and how we trade, it's all done properly. It's all done in front of you. There's no, if we lose a trade, we lose a trade. If we win a trade, we win a trade.
Yeah,
we're not both going wrong driving Lambos. We're not, in big mansions and flying private helicopters around. Besides, I wouldn't want to.
Yeah,
I mean, I like my cars. Don't get me wrong, but
you do?
But I'm not going to go and hire a helicopter and go and fly around London for a day, or it's just not going to happen.